Hey there, soul searchers. Welcome back aboard. Today's journey started in November 2022 on the Great Barrier Reef. Well, Bob and I are super excited to have a powerful twin-engine catamaran that can take us anywhere, including directly into the wind. Or so we thought. Watch this episode to see how we were schooled otherwise. This trip from the Whitsunday Islands southward was filled with stunning scenery, some challenging conditions, and plenty of moments where we really hit our groove as a team. Learning the boat was rewarding. Learning our limits was humbling. So grab your coffee, or maybe something stronger, and let's dive in. The first part of this journey that eventually leads us homeward starts at South Mole Island in the Whitsundays. In this video, we are going to meander south about 375 miles with gorgeous stops along the way, finding shelter in the cozy port of Gladstone. It literally becomes a port in the storm. This is Mole Island. Somewhere over there is the mainland. And this is just a little key. And we have been here for 2 days. It's really beautiful here. And it's been very protected from the northwest winds, but now the winds are going to be changing to the east, southeast, which will be in this direction. So we're moving. We're going to go around a corner 3.8 miles away to Happy Bay, which is off Long Island and between Long Island and the mainland. Our next to the last stop in the Whitsundays was Happy Bay. And let me tell you, the name doesn't lie. It's the kind of place that makes you feel like you've stepped into a postcard. Lush hills, calm waters, and the perfect spot to mentally prepare for some longer cruising. Before we leave these islands and their cozy nooks of shelter behind us, along with the grocery stores, we need to take a detour back to civilization, to provision, and that means Airlie Beach, which is the mainland party central for the Whitsundays. This is our last look at the beautiful Coral Sea Marina in Airlie Beach. You know, the one where below decks Australia, where they birth.
Down and out. They probably paid Becker, probably paid them to do that, so they got publicity. Next stop, Mooloolaba. We've got groceries.
We got groceries. We stopped at the meat market. We had to buy extra bags, and Captain Art washed all the bird poop off the boat and de-inked our boat. Lindeman Islands are about 30 nautical miles from Airlie Beach, and that group signals our exit from the shelter of the Whitsundays. If you think the weather is looking intermittently sketchy, yeah, you're right. We are starting to enjoy some of November's summer storms and fairly constant winds of 15 to 20 knots from the south, right in the direction we're headed. We are on Seaforth Island. There actually happens to be a sign here, which is crazy. There's like no signs almost anywhere. It's a deserted beach with all these prehistoric looking rocks. I'm going to go get a closer look at. The tide is so far out now, all this stuff is usually covered by water. And then if you look, you can still see the little rivulets Running out to see the high water mark is way up there, like almost no beach at high tide. This is the first piece of trash that we've seen after what, guys? 2-3 weeks?
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks in the Whitsundays. There it is. You saw it here first. We're having a super rolly ride today as we go from Lindeman Island to St. Bees Island, which we're still in the Great Barrier Reef area, but we're out of the Whitsunday Islands now. And this is some pretty unforgiving territory out here. And we haven't seen another boat in, I don't know, hours. Luckily, neither Bob nor I are prone to seasickness because it's pretty bouncy. It's not the worst we've had. The worst ride we had was when we were going from Airlie Beach to the outer reef, and the first day we actually turned around and came back to land because it was so bad. But today we are heading directly into the waves, into the wind. And it's not too bad. We can handle a couple more hours of this. Our next stop, St. Bees Island. Bob, of course, was in his kayak within minutes of anchoring. It's his favorite way to explore, and let's just say that he's perfected the art of paddling to the best snorkeling spots before the rest of us even notice he's gone. Oops, I didn't mean that. He always tells us he's going out on recon. Meanwhile, Cindy was busy putting the boat to rights. She's a pro at this point, and Art is looking at her navigation app, planning tomorrow's journey. And me? I was up on the deck with the drone, capturing the magic of it all. We love sharing these moments with you because this is why we're out here, to soak up the beauty of places like this. Hey girl, hey!
We just got the update for the weather report, and we'll be better off where those other two sailboats were. And we're just gonna go around the corner and go there.
Okay.
We were gonna go in that bay because,
Yeah,
but then it's kind of also okay.
wind is changing.
Yeah.
Okay. From St. Bees, we made our way to Middle Island, a rugged, off-the-beaten-path stop that felt like we had the whole world to ourselves. Once we lost the sailboats. And I spent a little more time learning to fly the drone. It's a new skill, you know. Super awesome to be getting
So
close to mainland, but it's kind of bittersweet to be leaving the Whitsundays and the islands. We're having a great time and we're loving life.
Let's go see what Bob's doing. Hey, Bobber. Tell me about your kayak this morning.
A beautiful kayak trip this morning. Went around some rocks that had some nice cranny crevices and whatnot, so the water was rushing in and rushing out, and there was a really cool current going in between two of them, so you just kind of stop pedaling and just let it suck you right through there. And found a little beach around the corner and went up and walked around on there for a while. And then came back along the shore, and there was a whole lot of coral, lots of fish, and the light was just right, and the water was real smooth, so you could just see right to the bottom all the way through. And saw a turtle, saw a ray, and lots and lots and lots of fish. There was a really cool spot where like 100 little silverfish just like all jumped at once and then jumped again, and that was really neat, I thought. And then 10 minutes later, there was like 1,000 of them all jumped out because there was a really big fish, maybe 2 feet. It was out for breakfast, I guess, so they were running from him, and that was really neat.
We were in Whites Bay, and that was Middle Island, and it was gorgeous. Then it was the Keppel Islands, where we dropped anchor for a quick break. These islands are the kind of places that remind you why this lifestyle is worth every single challenge.
And for the first time in weeks, we have mainland Australia off the starboard bow.
But as any cruiser will tell you, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. On a power cat like Soul Searcher, we're learning that just because we don't have sails anymore doesn't mean we're immune to the challenges of upwind travel. I mean, if anything, cruising upwind in a power catamaran comes with its own set of struggles. Well, today we're on Keppel Island. We're still heading south. We're south of Rockhampton now, so we're out of the danger zone for cyclones, but we got about 4 to 5 days worth of bad weather coming in. We already had some rain this morning, and winds are 15 to 20 knots. And our radar doesn't look super happy. So we're heading out. And we're going to Gladstone, and there's a nice little marina there, and we think we're gonna spend a couple days there just chilling, maybe rent a car, go see some sights. So we got the anchor coming up right now, and it's about 7 a.m. and we are leaving beautiful Keppel Island that kind of looks actually a little angry this morning. Goodbye, jellyfish. Goodbye, Keppel Island. Hi, Cindy. The constant pounding of the waves against the hull. Yep, you feel that. The wind noise, let's just say it's not exactly a soothing soundtrack. Your boat is banging and clanging, and sometimes you don't know what's going on. It's intense, especially when the weather decides it wants to keep you on your toes. I gotta admit, I feel kind of spoiled on a day like today. Being here on Soul Searcher instead of being on Little Blue. And we are comfortably inside the saloon. Well, if we were drinking, it'd be a saloon. Otherwise, it's just the salon. And it's rocky enough. We're not going to be drinking today. Captain Art can drive from down here, but he said he still has really good visibility up there. And I think he actually likes that he has more of a bird's eye view up on the flybridge. So anyway, Bob and I are just hanging out right now, like we usually do. Being third wheels, but working on videos, reading, catching up on emails, and all of that stuff. It's a rainy day, and there's a big blow coming. And we're pulling into Gladstone Harbor Marina, and this is way more civilization than what we've seen in a while. Our next big stop was Gladstone, where we spent 4 days riding out a storm that brought 40 to 50 knot winds. Honestly, it was a relief to be somewhere safe, and we couldn't believe there was a storm howling out there. It was so quiet at the dock. Captain Art says when the fishing boats are coming in, it's time to get out of the blue water. That guy followed us in. Here we are, back at civilization. And the Bobsters comment.
Look at all those pokey stops.
We're gonna get some Pokemon playing in. It's a good bad weather activity. Look at that! It's the Iliad 70. The mythical unicorn Iliad 70. How magical is that? Hi! You too! The Iliad 70 is a one-of-a-kind custom build that we'd only heard about and never dreamed of seeing. We were super surprised when we pulled in and it was at dock. Bob and I used the downtime to catch up on some planning and editing, and Art took the opportunity to tinker with the boat. He's always improving things, doing little repairs to keep everything shipshape. Whether it's routine maintenance or fixing something unexpected, he's the guy who makes sure the rest of us can relax and enjoy the journey. Cindy? She wasn't about to let a little wind stop her. She set up on the dock and managed to reel in a couple of keepers, which of course she released. Bob may have started the fishing thing, but it's a passion for Cindy. Take a look at these cool floating docks that they have in Australia. They go up and down with the tides, which tend to be somewhere between 9 to 14 feet. In Florida, our tides are about 1.5 foot, so we can do with a fixed dock, no problem.
be pissed if we wrecked two of them, wouldn't he?
That's what I was thinking.
I wasn't going to say a word till we were parked.
We're all going to Boatworks together.
We really have to tell this 70 that we're not stalking them.
So what do you think of the port out there? Pretty serious port.
That's a serious port.
For as shallow as it is. And
Yeah.
I mean, the main channel is only 14 meters.
But
Do they have another area they come out of?
No,
No,
They don't take them big boats through there, do they?
they
Not where
come
we
out through
went.
the main channel. It's only
Okay.
14 meters.
I was saying.
Well, I would say 14, 28, 30. I guess it's deep.
Warning, crocodile safety. I didn't think crocodiles were this far south. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. Haha, just kidding. It's a rainy day, so we're in port in Gladstone, and we rented a car. We went shopping. We bought some stuff for the boat. We bought a slow fast cooker. We bought some
Raincoat for Bob.
a raincoat for Bob, a heavy,
sunglasses.
and sunglasses, and we bought kinds of like little lures and stuff for his new fishing rod. And Art bought some hardware so that he can put bathrobe hooks in the boat. And now we're having lunch, and we're at the Hog's Breath Cafe. Thankfully, storms don't last forever, but they do allow us time for reflection. And what we decided is upwind sailing or upwind cruising, it's a pretty uncomfortable ride. From now on, what we're going to do is try our best to plan our trips with the wind to our back as much as we can. That's the most comfortable ride in our catamaran. We were finally able to ride our bikes around to the park, get some exercise, and fly the drone, checking out the two Iliads in the marina docked back to back. That was pretty cool. Once the storm passed, we were itching to get moving again. And that's the subject of our next video, our trip out to Lady Musgrave Reef and Island. Well, we survived our first upwind struggle. We know now that the boat can do it, and we know that we can do it. Some new cruisers might feel comfortable going out and doing it on their own, and we could have, but we really like the companionship and safety involved in having Art and Cindy along as our captain and first mate. If you enjoyed this video, we would appreciate it if you do all the things. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment in the comment section below, and come back to watch future videos. We're going to finish exploring the coast of Australia and go even further. And in the meantime, keep searching.
I've got a feeling deep inside I'm coming alive. Deep in this body of water